I'm pleased to introduce Darius Bradley Sr., our keynote speaker. Darius Bradley Sr. is a passionate speaker and best-selling author known as Divine Encourager. He is the CEO and co-owner of Full Ability Clothing, an organization advocating for the differently abled community. Darius is an aspiring actor and has been featured in music videos and independent film projects. He's also served his gift of go-get-it encouragement with the public schools in the Houston metropolitan area and prides himself on empowering at-risk youth. Within his space, Darius has worked with national corporations such as Costco, Walmart, Panda Express, and others. He's delivered motivational coaching programs for semi-pro football leagues, local organizations, hospitals, and other institutions. Darius also creates daily motivational videos on his social media platforms, in addition to composing, editing, and performing voiceovers. He provides daily life coaching support for many community members, family, and friends. Born and raised in New Orleans, he now resides in the Houston metropolitan area with his wife and 3 children. Please welcome Darius.
I would like to express my gratitude for Provost Baker Stein, the Western Governors University graduating class of 2022, and the entire WGU family. Thank you guys for blessing me with the opportunity to celebrate with you and also be of service. First and foremost, I'm a kingdom man. I'm a proud husband of my beautiful wife, Desiree Bradley, of 23 years. Together we have 3 phenomenal kids, 2 boys, 1 girl, Darius Jr., Deonce, and Daniel Bradley. Indeed, guys, I'm truly a blessed family man. As we talk about being resilient today, I would like to share a particular chapter of my life with each and every one of you. You see, life, it comes with many unknowns, and you guys know it because you went through a lot of those unknowns to get to where it is that you are today. But my wife and I, our firstborn, Darius, was such a challenging pregnancy for my wife that she decided not to have any more kids. And I love her so much that I respected that. We thought about adopting. But as I said, life has a funny way of making plans of its own. So God decided to bless us with a second child. Darius was thrilled and excited beyond measure. He wanted to be a big brother so badly, guys. I can still see my son now, writing it on his Christmas list, his birthday list, any list you would give him. So, of course, when he learned that he was soon to be a big brother, oh my God, you should have seen him. He's jumping up and down all over the place. And respectfully so. My wife and I, we shared the news with all of our friends and family members. We're super excited. We learned that it was going to be a little girl. Man, I finally get my princess. But, and around our 7th month of pregnancy, we discovered that Deonce was going to go through many discrepancies. The unknowns were heightened, hovering question marks over our heads day and night. We didn't know what to expect. Now, I can promise you this. If you're a first-time parent, or even if this is your 2nd, 3rd, 4th time around, it doesn't matter. That's not the news that you want to hear. And in life, guys, we're going to hear a lot of things that we don't want to hear. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't continue to keep going. That doesn't mean that we should tap out and quit. But when you're going through it, it's easy to give up. And especially if you have justifiable reasons. Guys, we learned that our daughter's chest cavity was going to be too small to house her lungs properly, leaving her without the proper housing for her lungs to grow. Deonce was born with over 27 different diagnoses, Charcot-Levin being the most severe. What is that? Charcot-Levin's. It's a skeletal deformity. And in Deonce's case, it was so severe that it caused discrepancy to her respiratory, leaving her unable to breathe on her own. Altered our lives tremendously. As a father, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the answers. I couldn't fix this situation. But right then and there, I had an opportunity to show my wife that when she said, I do, she married the right man. Because through sickness and health, rich or poor, good or bad, I'm committed. It didn't matter what it looked like. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Every night, you didn't want to do what it is that you did to get to where you are right now. Many of you went through this alone. Many of you are single mothers, single dads, and even if you're married, your husband is working nights, you're working days, or vice versa. You're not seeing each other like you would like because you made a commitment and you stayed committed to that commitment. And that's why you're here today, celebrating this moment. Guys, we had moments that we did not want to celebrate. They told my wife and I that our daughter would not make it the first 24 hours of life. That's not what we thought we were going to hear. That's not the news that Darius was to receive. He wanted to be a big brother so badly, guys. 8 years it took him. 8 years to manifest that. And 7 months his sister spent in a NICU. 7 months. He's still waiting to be that big brother that he dreamed of being. How many of you had to start all over again because things did not go the way that you thought? It didn't look the way that you thought it was going to look. Well, I can tell you, we didn't think that it was going to look like this for us either. Our daughter became deaf. The ventilator. Many of you may know, many of you may not. I didn't know, but I had to learn. Being on a machine like that, an apparatus like that, it can cause damage to your hearing. And in our daughter's case, it did. So we had to learn sign language. Guys, altar, tsunamis, challenges, Davids, Goliaths. I know I'm speaking your language. I know many of you are first-generation graduates. I know many of you had to do it in the dark, but you did it to go get it. I know many of you may not even had anyone to believe in you, but you did it to go get it. When they tell you that your daughter will never walk, you make sure that she run. When they tell you that your daughter will never talk, you make sure that she learns how to sing. When they tell you your daughter will never, ever, 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 you show them that she absolutely will. Guys, how many people told you that you would never do it? How many people told you that no one in your family never done it? Until you. Though you may be the first, I promise you, because of your actions, because of your sweat equity, because of your determination, because of you staying committed to your commitments, you just paved the way because you didn't let go. Listen, many nights I cried. Many nights I just did not know what to do. Many nights I dropped to my knees. Many nights I almost, but I didn't. Goliath stood there, much taller than I can ever be, physically. But he does not know the man that lives within. Our challenges, guys, they are the bridges, the ladders, and the stools that will enable us to become better than our best. You just have to keep on going. You're just going to have to take that want, whatever your want is, and you're going to have to absolutely turn it into a must. I know it's hard. I know it hurts. But get something from the pain. Get something from the pain that you went through. Many of us are still going through it right now. It isn't easy. Just because we made it this far. Just because we're standing on this platform. Guys, listen, doesn't mean that we are exempt. Doesn't mean that whatever we went through, we're still not feeling the effects of it right now. But what it does show, the tenacity. What it does show, resilience. What it does show is when you turn your wants into a must, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they believe. It doesn't matter what they do. What are you going to do? Are you going to become that father that hold that vent, that oxygen tank, that suction bag, That care bag, 4 different bags I have to carry everywhere that I go with my little girl. And I get the looks. I get the stares. I get the unwelcome of all unwelcomes. But we keep on walking anyway. We wave and say hello anyway because that's who we are. Who are you? Who are you? This is your life. No one knows how many tomorrows remains for any of us. I cannot tell you how many more heartbeats remain. But what I can tell you is this. We get one shot, one moment. We get one opportunity. What are you going to do? Who are you going to be? What is your reason? What is your why and your purpose? Let that push you. Let that provoke you. Let that catapult you. Someone's depending on you to get there. Someone is depending on you to model it for them. And even if that's yourself, show you that there's a you inside of you that's dependent on you. Because what you do today is going to set you up for tomorrow. Look where you are right now. You know exactly what you had to do to get here, single moms, single dads, married couples, grandfathers, grandparents. It doesn't matter how long it took you to get here. You never stopped. You never stopped. And even if you did, it was momentarily because you started all over again and look where you are now. But don't get comfortable, guys. We're going to celebrate. You deserve it. Your sweat equity earned you this spot today. But this isn't the only spot that you are alive for. This isn't the only spot that you're going to leave your footprints. I promise you that. And as passionate as I am, I cannot resuscitate you enough to get there. You're going to have to want to do that. Who's depending on you to carry their vent, their oxygen tank, their suction bag? Who's depending on you to learn sign language? What is the sign language in your life? Are you going to let untraditional way of speaking stop you from doing what it is that you need to do, saying what it is that you need to say, becoming who it is that you were created to become? Guys, listen, the value that you bring to the table is so much more than you can ever believe. Everything about you makes a difference. Everything about you matters. As I stand here today, guys, I know my reason. I know my why and my purpose. It's my 3 kids and my wife. Every step that I take, every breath that God breathes into me, it is my commitment. It is my vow to resuscitate it back into them. Anyone and everyone that I come into contact with, I'm going to breathe life into you because that's what I do. What is it that you do? No one can ever strip me of being who it is that I am. I don't care what the doctor report says, and I say that with all due respect. But I know who I serve. I know who I believe in. I know how I live. Believe in you, even when they don't. Take that other step, even when they tell you to stop. Oh, man, there's so much more inside of you. You are here today, but this is the only spot that you're going to mark up. Continue to push forward motion, no matter what. If it's hard, do it hard. But stay committed to your commitments. They're yours. They were given to you. Your reason, your why, and your purpose will get you there. Will enable you to persevere. Some of you had to do it in the dark to go get it, but you did it. Some of you had to sit down and stand back up, but you did it to go get it. Guys, listen, the challenges are always going to be there. They're needed. They are the bridges, the ladders, and the step stools that will enable us to become better than our best. And you better believe that, WGU. The small windows, keep taking advantage of them. By chance? No. But by change, we will become. By change, we will climb higher. By change, we will run faster. By change, you will live the life that you are supposed to live because it was given to you to do so. The turbulence that we are experiencing, that turbulence isn't there to make us land our plane. But indeed, that turbulence is there to enable us to become better pilots. So continue to throttle up and continue to fly because you can. This is Full Ability Dad, Divine Encourager, Darius Bradley Sr. Continue to go get it. God bless.